If you're living paycheck to paycheck despite having a decent income, this video will probably hurt, but it might also change your life. I've spent the last decade of my life immersing myself in the world of finance and money. One of the most life changing skills I've learned through it all is how to handle my own finances, recognize my bad money habits, and break free from them. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you 8 of the most common bad money habits that hold people back and tips on how to break out of them. Habit number 1, the leftovers savings approach. Most people handle money backwards. They receive their paycheck, immediately cover rent, utilities, subscriptions, entertainment, and hope something remains for savings. Spoiler alert, there's usually nothing left. Here's a sobering statistic. The average American personal savings rate is just 3.5%, less than half the historical average of 8.4%. This means most people are saving pennies on the dollar, while expenses continue to climb. This is what Robert Kiyosaki calls paying yourself last in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a poverty mindset in action. Wealthy individuals flip this equation entirely. They automate savings the moment income arrives. Typically, 10% minimum goes straight into savings before anything else gets touched. Treat your future self like your most important creditor, because honestly, you are. When I first heard about paying yourself first, I thought, that's great in theory, but I barely have enough to cover my bills. But I forced myself to try it with just 5%. Within 3 months, I not only didn't miss that money, but I also naturally started finding ways to cut unnecessary expenses because I saw my savings growing. Habit number 2, normalizing consumer debt. We've normalized debt to a dangerous degree. People are financing clothes, gifts, even groceries on credit cards with APRs averaging around 23%. Here's my personal rule. If I can't purchase something outright with cash, I don't buy it on credit. The numbers are alarming. The average American carries $5,595 in credit card debt. Collectively, we're sitting on $1.23 trillion in credit card debt nationwide. Even worse, 61% of people with credit card debt have been carrying it for more than a year. Credit card companies profit when you struggle. That's their business model. Those rewards and cashback bonuses evaporate the instant you carry a balance. If you're carrying that average balance of $5,595 at 23% APR and only making minimum payments, you could end up paying over $3,000 in interest alone. Habit number 3, living without financial cushion. Building emergency reserves isn't optional, it's foundational. Aim for 6 months of living expenses sitting liquid and accessible. This buffer transforms your relationship with money from reactive to strategic. Yet the reality is shocking. 43% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency expense from their savings. Even more concerning, 24% of Americans have absolutely no emergency savings at all. Only 46% have enough saved to cover 3 months of expenses. I learned this lesson the expensive way. When my car's transmission failed, the $2,800 repair had to go on a credit card. It took 8 months to pay off, costing me over $3,200 total with interest. That experience was my wake-up call to build a proper emergency fund. Start with that 10% automatic savings we discussed. Once you've accumulated your emergency fund, redirect those savings toward investments. This creates a sustainable wealth building system. Habit number 4, financial blindness. You can't navigate to a destination without knowing your starting point. Yet countless people have zero idea what they actually earn or spend monthly. There's a phenomenon called lifestyle inflation. Your spending automatically expands to match income growth. Earn more, spend more. Upgrade the house, lease a fancier car. It's a treadmill to nowhere. Financially successful people track everything. They know their assets, liabilities, and exactly where they're headed financially. Simply monitoring these numbers in black and white creates accountability that triggers behavior change. Pull up your bank statements from last month and categorize every single transaction. I guarantee you'll find at least $200 to $300 per month going to things you don't value or didn't even realize you were paying for. Habit number 5: expensive hobbies draining your resources. Many people's primary hobby is shopping. I get it, retail therapy feels good temporarily. But here's reality: wealth building requires either increasing income or reducing expenses, ideally, both at the same time. True wealth creation needs a dual approach. You maximize your savings rate while also expanding your income sources. Cash back apps only take you so far. Using coupons might save you $50 per month, but that pales in comparison to adding a $500 per month side income stream. The saving side has limits. The earning side doesn't. It has almost unlimited potential. Through investing, negotiating raises, building side ventures, or creating digital products. Think about it this way. If you save $100 per month, that's $1,200 a year. But if you increase your income by $500 per month, that's $6,000 a year. Even after taxes, the impact is several times bigger. Habit number 6: ignoring tax optimization. Taxes will likely be one of your biggest lifetime expenses. While everyone has to contribute something, many people overpay simply because they don't understand the rules. A Roth IRA, for example, can end up hundreds of thousands of dollars ahead of a regular taxable account by retirement. That gap is purely from tax treatment. It's money you could keep instead of handing over in tax. Wealthy people learn how tax-advantaged accounts work or pay professionals to help them. You don't need to be rich to start. Look into accounts like Roth IRAs or ISAs that let your investments grow tax-free. If you run a business or side hustle, there may be additional legal structures and deductions you can use. Habit number 7: procrastinating on investing. Once you have an emergency fund, your extra savings should start working through investments. Diversification helps you handle different economic conditions. The cost of waiting is huge. Invest $10,000 today at 7%, and in 30 years you'd have around $76,000. Wait 5 years to start, and you end up with about $54,000 instead. That delay costs you over $20,000 in growth. The same is true monthly. Someone investing a few hundred a month in their 20s can end up with more than double what someone starting in their 30s gets. Time in the market matters more than trying to find the perfect moment. Habit number 8: focusing only on saving, not earning. To change your financial life, you can cut costs or raise income. The best results come from doing both. You can only cut expenses so far. There's a hard floor. But your income has no fixed ceiling. Skills, promotions, side hustles, and businesses can all push it higher. A 10% raise on a $60,000 salary is $6,000 a year. That's the same as finding $500 of savings every month. Both are powerful, but only one can keep scaling as your career and skills grow. Your action plan. These patterns don't change overnight, but transformation starts with a single decision. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick just one. Action 1. Set up an automatic transfer for 10% of your next paycheck to go directly into a separate savings account the day you get paid. Action 2. Download an expense tracking app or open a spreadsheet and spend 20 minutes logging everything you spent last month. Every coffee, every subscription, everything. Action 3. Calculate your actual emergency fund number. What's 6 months of your essential expenses? Write that number down. That's your first financial target. Start with one. Master it. Then come back to this video and pick another. Small, consistent actions compound into financial transformation, and your future self will thank you for starting today. Drop a comment and let me know which action you're committing to this week.